Hi, I'm Ben with Movie Status Pending. It's a romantic dramedy about a couple that's really overwhelmed by all this perfect social media lives that they see to the point where they're just totally frozen. Have you ever had your relationship affected by what happened on social media?
Absolutely.
Can you talk about that?
Sure. I started talking to an old flame. Wife found out, got very pissed, and yeah, destroyed my Facebook account. Made sure that never happened again. But you can't help. I mean, it's you know, you think it's innocent at first, but you know, you start talking about what used to be, and before you know it, it's a certain level of intimacy that you're supposed to only be sharing with your partner.
Yeah, and it's so easy on social media. Just one thing can lead to another, and then it's all recorded too for everyone else to see if they're going to go back to your old messages and everything.
I feel like social media has like a big impact. One of my relationships, I was like, we're not friends on Facebook. Okay. So I was like, wow, what are you doing on Facebook? Why are you telling me to be your friend? Just like, can I follow you on Facebook? Yeah, I follow you on Instagram. We didn't want to get fixated on it, like who's liking your stuff, who's commenting in it. So he didn't really want that to feed into our arguments, and I'm like, it's totally understandable, because from when he was coming from his previous relationship, social media had an influence on it. So she would be, his ex was like, why should she comment on that? And then he's like, I just don't want social media to be part of this new relationship, so that's why we didn't follow each other. So at first it was very like, it was really hard to accept.
Hi, my name is Kelly Tatham, and I'm the writer-director of Multiverse Dating for Beginners. It is a surrealist look at the romantic comedy and how each choice we make creates a new world.
Has social media ever had an influence on any of your relationships?
I think social media has an influence on my relationship because some of my exes, like, they used to go on social media a lot, and that's how we would keep up and communicate. Like, I would talk through Facebook Messenger with one. I would go on Twitter with another one. One of my exes broke up with me on DMs on Twitter.
What?
So social media is pretty like prevalent in my life.
Right. I feel like it's very influential.
How do you decide whether to stay together or to break up?
When you're no longer having fun, time to break up. When you're having a lot of fun, best.
It's tough, but I think for me, you have to center your own journey and figure out what path you're on. If the person that you're with, if they bring you joy and they inspire you, but you're also on the same path, that's, I think, the most important thing to figure out. If you're not on the same path, you've got to focus on your own journey, regardless of how much you care for them or love them.
How would I know whether to invest in a relationship or break up?
Whether or not you have time to see this person. Yeah.
So about time.
Yeah, be able to like interact with the person face to face rather than like through social media.
Right. So you know you want to be in a relationship with somebody if you have time to be in with them in person rather than just be texting them all the time.
Yeah.
One, if they're really patient with you and you've been with each other long enough that you can see like each other, that you know each other's flaws, but you know you're willing to work with it. Another one, you know, if you just really see yourself with that person and you still have you can still have a fun time with them. You know, you gain enjoyment from being with them, and you can see that being transplanted in your future without messing up whatever endeavors you decide to take.
There's these archetypes that we fall under, and it always ends up being this push and pull.
Yeah.
At least in my case, it's different for everyone, but
No,
I
it's
find
true.
it's a huge power struggle a lot of the time because we're so focused on the other person instead of focusing on what we truly need.
Yeah, or vice versa. Like, so focus on what I truly need and not focusing enough on the other
Exactly,
person.
it's about finding a balance.
Yeah.
But I do think it's really important to center yourself first before you dive into anything intense or intimate.
Yeah. David, I'm Ben. Very nice to meet you.
I basically call my friends up and I'm like, hey, let's like go FBI on this guy. This is his first name, this is his last name. He goes to this school, because by that time I should probably know his school. So then Facebook has this cool thing where you put the person's name, their full name, and you put tag posts or the things you put, like, let's say my name, I'm using names. So Bernice Lucero, I'm going to put like posts, and then you'll see everything I like. Or Bernice Lucero tag posts or tag photos. So then I go and I see, okay, what kind of person is he? And I'm like, what are your likes and dislikes? Does that go with me? So we kind of start digging and like see some cool things. Because Facebook and like social media is like, those are archives. That's there forever.
Right. So the way you decide if you're going to stay with someone or not is by doing a comprehensive scan of their entire lives on Facebook, right?
I Facebook them and I Instagram them and I see their tag stuff and I'm like, okay, are you a cheater? Like, are you still talking to your ex? Are you not talking to your ex? Because if we're dating, like, we're getting to know each other. I would basically, yeah. I Facebook stalked them.
Okay.
So decided we're gonna be together or not, I guess.
That's fair. That's the age that we live in, so I guess
Yeah.
that makes sense. Have you ever had anybody like stalking you on Facebook or anything?
I don't think so, but I've heard about that though.
Yeah. It can be pretty unhealthy.
Yeah, catfish and stuff like that.
Yeah. What's catfish? I don't know what that is.
Catfish, when people act as someone else and use someone else's profile and they start pretending this person but they're not. And,
Have you ever been in a relationship that's been complicated by social media before?
Not yet.
Not yet. Yeah,
I'm looking forward to it. Just kidding.
How would you say relationships are different in the social media age right now?
Age, I see it's gonna be kind of easy. So if you look at the same time at the one side, so and it's gonna be hard if you look at the other side because it's easy. You can find a partner through social media, but also they can egg you on their names and their pictures as well.
Right, so people can be honest on social media.
Yes.
Yeah, or dishonest.
He basically said that because I guess like Frank Ocean has like a little interlude of a song on it in his new album where it says like I'm right in front of you. So
Right.
I don't know why social media matters. Today, social media is such a big thing.
Yeah.
So for me, it was very hard to get over it. But once I got over it, I was like, okay, it's not that bad. I still, every now and then, I would just want to like, I still look him up, even though we're not friends. I still go and I look him up. I sound like so psycho, just to see. But I mostly trust him, so that kind of like builds that trust where it's like, I don't know what you're doing on social media,
Right.
and you don't know what I'm doing.
Sometimes I'm on Twitter and then I'll see all these cute things that a boyfriend does for her girlfriend, like, oh, he'll lead her to a room and the room is filled with lights and teddy bears and balloons and chocolate, and I'll retweet it, you know, in my mind thinking that, you know, hopefully one of his friends sees it on Twitter and will notify him, but it's not gonna happen. You know, just
You don't feel
in my
comfortable
mind.
just telling him that this is what he should do?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe I'll sometimes I'll look on my Twitter and I'll show him my homepage and then show him my retweets, but I won't like point it out.
That's awesome. Thank you.
Anna has a good tip for you guys. If you want to know what to do for your girlfriend, look at what they're retweeting, right?
Yes,
Right.
super important. Look
Follow
at
the
social
retweets.
media, look at the Instagram.
And I'm here with David, who got off social media yesterday. So can you talk about that?
yeah, I just felt like a lot of the time we're just focused on our phones constantly, whether it's eating dinner, at the movies, hanging out with friends, and I just felt like I wanted to like find myself again, just like step away from that and, you know, just live life and enjoy it without being stuck to this device.
Yeah. Well, so has social media ever affected any of your relationships?
No, it just affected me like wanting to know what's happening, or what are they doing, like, you know, and I really wasn't really like that until like everything started picking up like a few years ago. So I just noticed like I was changing in that way. So I wanted to, you know.
But now my boyfriend doesn't go on like any social media except Snapchat.
And how was that for your relationship?
I think it's good. I think it's fine. I do wish I could send him like more funny videos just through like easier. Like I just send him on messages. I think it's good that he separates himself. I don't know.
Men and women are socialized to behave very differently in relationships, and so I think that's where a lot of the disconnect comes from. So we have all these beliefs.
What was the turning point? What really made you make this decision?
Just want to be more happier. And I just want to be more there in the present, whether it's my girlfriend, family, or friends. And I just feel like this is the best decision right now for me. So, and I feel like I've been telling friends that and like giving me props, you know, because it is a scary situation to step away from social media like that. And especially Snapchat is so addictive. You know, I want to record everything that's happening every second.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, my film is dealing with the same kind of themes. So
Yeah. Well,
I spent a lot of time thinking about
Yeah.
it.
Well, your film is about getting the guy. Talking about finding that path. For me, it was like finding at which point and which version of him puts them on the same path and the right path together, because they're not, you know, in a lot of ways, and then they become one.
How do I feel? I feel it feels different. I woke up yesterday. I was checking I wanted to check Instagram, Facebook, and Snapchat like 3 times, and I would catch myself like, whoa, I'm done with social media. So I feel a lot more like happier and cleansed. And that sounds weird. It's only been 1 day, but that's how I feel.
Feels better already.
Yeah.
Awesome, man. Congratulations. We're here with our marketing assistant, Arlena Huff. And so we're asking, how do you know when is the best time to invest in a relationship or if it's time to break up?
Here we go. Okay.
So I'm asking my mother, who is one of the biggest supporters of the film, One of the central questions of the movie, which is when you're in a relationship with someone and you're asking yourself, should we keep this relationship going or break up? How do you know what's the right move?
I think if you're asking yourself that question, then it's probably time to break up. Because if instead of that question you're saying to yourself, I hope I get to see that person, and that we get to go do this, oh, and we talked about doing that, and hey, I really want to ask him what he thought about that, then you don't want to break up. But if you wake up thinking, I got to see him today, and he'll probably want to talk about how his mother affected his life, and I don't want to listen to it, you're done. End of relationship.
Okay. Straight from the mother's mouth, right? Okay, thank you.
Tell us about your shirts.
So this is Alina's voice is in this, but this is Status Pending. It's a movie about this couple that sees everyone's digital lives being so exciting, they try to make their analog lives just as exciting. And here is the poster for the movie with all the social media places where you can see different things. And this is what we're wearing every day until people find out about the movie and come see it at Cinequest. And we're having an amazing time here. If you don't mind doing like an Instagram post of you with this.
Yeah.
Can you scoot in so it's just like our heads and the postcards? Good, thank you.
Thank you.
And I'll do one too here for the Status Pending Instagram.
Oh my gosh,
God,
my makeup looks so bleak.
But what happens when you put that on Instagram? Because that would be like, it cuts it off square-wise, right? Or no?
You put Insta size.
Yeah.
Well, what's Insta size?
Double tap it. It makes it so it fits. It's an app.
Oh, okay. A lot of people are saying it's one of the best films at the festival, which is kind of a cool thing. So that's why I flew in from New Zealand to go see it. Yeah, thank you. I'm excited about it. Thank you, Hannah. Yeah. Okay.
And then being directed by my son.
That's right.
Oh.